In the status quo, laws are enforced to maintain social order and security. Those involved in self-harming or other harming action, such as rampant addiction, to face legal consequence. This is not solely due to socio-economic factors, but because such action have a chain reaction of detrimental effects on broader society, even if the direct victims are not immediately visible. The state does not double punish, but rather upholds the law for the greater good. This approach, while seemingly strict, is a necessary preventive measure to maintain a stable social structure. First, regarding victimless crimes, the claim that action like prostitution and drug use do not harm other individuals besides themselves is highly naive and dangerous. Prostitution often involves exploitation, human trafficking, and the spread of disease. Drug use, while appearing to be a personal choice, sustains a brutal criminal industry, fuels related crimes, and burden public health system. No lottery of birth justifies this action. Instead, strong intervention is needed to protect individuals and society from problems. Decriminalizing means legitimizing and open the door to larger problem, sending a message that these harmful actions are acceptable. This will exacerbate the problem rather than solve it. Second, concerning drug deals, we agree that drug deals must remain criminalized because they actively harm society. However, the first speaker's claim regarding victimless crimes directly contradicts this point. If you concede that drug dealing is harmful, how can you claim drug is not, but are part of the same supply chain that causes community and individual devastations? Third, regarding reallocation funds from criminalization and rehabilitation. While we support rehabilitation, the claim that funds should be reallocated from criminalization is misquoted. Criminalization and law enforcement are the foundation for ensuring safety and enabling effective rehabilitation. Without law enforcement, there would be chaos and increased crime, ultimately rendering rehabilitation efforts impossible. Funds for rehabilitation should be added, not replace the necessity of law enforcement. Moving on to our second argument, why deterrence is far more effective than pure rehabilitation under the opposition. The premise is simple. Deterrence is effective because it instills a fear of consequences and help maintain social order. People who engage in crimes, including victimless ones, often do so due to a lack of clear consequence or a belief that they can get away with it. By enforcing law, we restore their rational capacity to make better choices, and thus we are able to better resolve the urgency of public safety. The root cause of this problem occur for two structural reasons. Firstly, deterrence directly addresses the problem of impaired decision making. With the threat of punishment, individuals are forced to consider the consequences before acting. They don't do drugs because they want to escape reality. They do drugs because they know the risk is relatively low in an overly latent system. By repressing them, by punishing them, by throwing them in prison, for example, we change the risk-benefit calculation and compel them to face reality. And so the impact is significant. Firstly, because we give better legitimacy and trust to the government by the people, because we are able to reduce the number of people who are reoffending, and we are able to maintain the protection that government provides. But secondly, we increase the productivity of people because instead of under the proposition where we risk creating a more chaotic society, we are ultimately able to integrate people affected by crime to be much more productive and to contribute towards the economy. Therefore, creating better business, better accessibility from the economy by the people. So, therefore, on scale, i.e., maintaining social order and protecting the people is much more significant on our side of the house than decriminalization. But secondly, the prerequisite for an effective legal system in the trust that the people give towards the government. That can only happen when the law is just in providing consequence and when the law truly seeks the safety and well-being of the entire society. Because of that, we are so proud to reject this motion. That's all. Thank you.